So I was reviewing the analytics for my channel the other day, right? Looking back at 2020, we had almost 100,000 views in total. And I realized that our single largest source of viewers at just over 27% came from the United States of America. So this video is for you guys, right? I'm going to give you 5 reasons why Americans should visit Bermuda in 2021. Hail to the chief, baby. Let's do this. Alright, let's start with the basics for those of you who may not be too familiar with my home country. Bermuda is a small 21 square mile collection of islands. No, we're not in the Caribbean. You have to look north. You'll find us in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, about 700 miles east of North Carolina. We are not an impoverished country. We have a developed economy supported by a mature finance and tourism industry. It is completely safe to travel around the island. And yes, the Bermuda Triangle is real, but it's not something that you have to worry about. You will not disappear. Okay? You all caught up? Now let's get into the details. Like I said a minute ago, we're in the 700 miles east of North Carolina. So this one goes specifically for you guys on the East Coast. We are super close to the States with direct flights between almost every major city in the area. That means for those of you in New York or Atlanta, for example, you can hop in your car at 9 a.m. and be sipping margaritas on the beach in Bermuda by noon. Now, obviously your mileage of this may vary, right? And there are other factors like traffic and COVID-related security checks, for example. But the fact remains that you can fly from the concrete jungle in New York on an international flight to Bermuda in less time than it takes some people to commute to work every day. That same person going to somewhere like Jamaica has a near 4-hour flight between them and the beach, and that's without including connection flights. Reason number 2, you can escape the information overload. Whenever I travel to America, the first thing I notice is how in your face everything is. I feel like I'm constantly being bombarded with advertisements, and you can't walk for 10 seconds without crossing a McDonald's or some other franchise trying to get your attention. Well, in Bermuda, we have many laws and regulations to ensure that we maintain the island's pristine natural beauty. Things like neon signs and giant billboards, they're banned completely. And franchises like Starbucks and other fast food restaurants are completely prohibited. Now I have to mention that we do have one single KFC restaurant that got in before the laws were enacted. So keep that in mind.
Well, which bucket you want?
The bucket of KFC chicken.
I got that right here, nice and hot.
Now you're talking. You know I can't go to sea without my KFC.
KFC, it's finger licking good.
If you want KFC, you can get it here, but that's the only one. But listen, I like a Big Mac as much as the next guy, right? But landing in Bermuda after being in the States for a while gives me such a liberating feeling. You know, I feel fresh and tranquil. It's something I hope that you can experience one day. So come on down. And that leads us to reason number 3, COVID controls. America's COVID response has been all over the place, right? I'm not getting into politics or anything, but it is what it is. Some states take it seriously, some don't, and traveling in that sort of environment can be troublesome because it's difficult to judge the state of your destination without being there. Like, is there a lockdown? Are restaurants open? Are attractions still going? Like, who knows, right? If these types of COVID concerns worry you at all, or, you know, the fact that you could get sick and die, then another great reason to visit Bermuda is that our isolated location and small population have made it far easier for us to have a uniform response to the pandemic. And we've largely kept the virus under control. There's only one way in, and everybody that comes in gets tested. We had an aggressive lockdown early in the pandemic, which has allowed us to mostly operate as normal at this point. Like, our curfew recently ended about a week ago. And the government has reported successfully administering the first dose of the Pfizer vaccine to about 20% of the population so far. We're not getting complacent, you know, there's still mask rules and there's still other regulations that everyone needs to adhere to. But it's safe to say that in 2021, we have things under control. And anyone that visits the island should feel completely safe. And while we're on the topic of COVID, that brings us to reason number 4, priority treatment. Listen, I'm gonna be super upfront with you. Our tourism industry has been wrecked. The tourism authority here recently released a report stating that air visitors for 2020 were down 86% compared to 2019. Cruise ship arrivals are basically at zero, and things are unlikely to improve until next year. So if you're in a position to travel and the pandemic hasn't scared you off, this is an interesting opportunity for you. The island might not be running at full capacity this year, but many places are pulling out all the stops to attract people to the island for the upcoming tourist season. You can find plenty of cheap flights, discounts, and other special offers as companies here are pulling out all the stops to attract as much business as possible during this difficult time. We normally have busloads of tourists zipping back and forth between beaches and attractions and stuff, but now I can't tell you the last time I've seen a tourist, to be honest. I think I saw a few the other day, or the last time I've seen more than a handful of people on the beach at one time. It's crazy. So if you want to come down at a time where everybody will be extremely happy and appreciative to see you, 2021 is your year. Which leads us to our fifth and final reason to visit Bermuda in 2021, a unique island experience. And keep in mind, when I say that knowing that every island is unique, right? Hawaii, Cuba, Staten Island, they all have unique cultures and environments, but be honest, before watching this video, did you know much about Bermuda besides the triangle? Be honest. Did you know there was an island just barely an hour outside of New York with some of the most beautiful beaches in the world? Did you know that Bermuda provides a modern experience with all the amenities in an environment that sits parallel to the natural beauty of a subtropical paradise in the Atlantic Ocean? You didn't know that. Be honest, don't lie. So if you're an American that's considering taking a vacation this year in 2021, why not consider Bermuda? Alright, so that's 5 reasons. So just some quick facts before we roll out and end this video. Bermuda is home to the pink sand beach. Yes, pink, like my shirt. Summer season runs from May to November. Outside of that, it doesn't snow or anything crazy, but temperatures can drop into the 60s Fahrenheit. Also, Bermuda can be quite expensive relative to where you may be coming from. So plan accordingly. There's lots of resources to see what things cost and whatnot. Plan ahead. The Bermuda dollar is 1-to-1 with the American dollar. They're worth exactly the same. So there's no need to exchange your currency before you come here. We will accept American dollars. So if you're looking to begin planning a vacation, I would suggest starting at go-to-bermuda.com. Or if you just want to learn more about Bermuda, feel free to subscribe to my channel and watch some of the other videos I have around here. You'll get a unique Bermuda experience from a born and bred Bermudian. That's me, Omar James. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.